Hello everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm KK, and it's kind of clear, but I love collecting Monster High dolls. Now, today we are doing something I haven't done in a really long time, and that is a Fixing Up My Dolls series. And not only are we just fixing up a couple dolls, we're specifically doing all of my G3 Clawdeens. And obviously I only have 4 of them, so today we're going to be doing my Iridescent Clawdeen, my Basic Clawdeen, my Paradise Island Clawdeen, and my Monster Fest Clawdeen. Now, for the plan with the hair, I think Iridescent Clawdeen, I really want her to have, pin straight hair. For these two, I think for both of them, I really want them to have, really tight curly hair, kind of like my Monster Ball Laguna down here. And for Monster Fest Clawdeen, I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. I was thinking about doing some braids on her, but I also don't have clear elastic, so I'm not sure if that'll look good. But if I don't do the braids, I'm definitely going to give her tight curls as well, because I don't think this doll would look as good with straight hair. But first, we need to get them all undressed, so let's go. And there we go. They're all undressed. Now, obviously, I've left these 2 headpieces just because they're actually being held on by plastic, and I don't plan on getting up here wet on her, and I just don't think I can hold this on otherwise. So I'm just going to leave those on. And for our next steps, these 3 dolls have already had their hair washed by me. It's just when I didn't really know what I was doing, I styled their hair, and obviously it hasn't held over time. So these 3 are just going to get their hair wet, while this ghoul has to get her hair fully conditioned. So let's go start with that.
Okay, so I don't know if it's just me, but there is something so therapeutic about washing doll hair. I really enjoyed this so much, and because the school has Saran, it was just so easy and just so enjoyable. I didn't shampoo this doll's hair like I normally do just because she didn't have any glue seepage, and so I didn't see a point to it, so I just conditioned her hair before I started curling it. Now, this is how I curl all my doll hair. I use 2 straws, one that has a line down the center, and then just a full straw to wrap the hair. Let me know in the comments if you want a tutorial, and I can go really in depth on this. But all of these dolls have the same technique other than the doll with straight hair, because obviously we don't want that curled. But I find this technique is just the best curl.
Okay, so we have our 2 ghouls here, Iridescent and the Monster Fest doll. The reason I don't have the other 2 is because I haven't done them yet, and it's because this doll took about double the straws my dolls normally need. So originally I thought I was going to have 2 curls done and then I'd do another curl, but that's not what happened. So right now we're just going to work on these 2. I have a pot boiling because I don't have a kettle, and we're going to boil wash these 2. Obviously, as I said, this one's going to have really straight hair, and this one we're just going to dip her in a couple of times, and then we're just going to let her dry, hairspray her, and she'll be done. And she might do a double boil wash, because next time when I curl, obviously I'm going to have to boil wash again. So I might just do her again, depending how she looks, because she's poly hair, and I don't know how well it's going to sit. But let's find that out, and I'm sorry for the lighting. We're in my kitchen. I'm using my oven lighting. Nothing fancy, but let's wait for this to boil.
Y'all, let's just take a second to appreciate my cat in the background. But anyways, this is just me boil washing it. I have the pot going while I'm doing this just because I think that works best for poly hair. And spoiler alert, this doll doesn't really get much of a transformation just because I hate working with poly hair, and I just refuse to force myself to do it for longer than I need to. And obviously the boiling pot was not working for this doll, so I tried using a flat iron, but that didn't make much of a difference either, so I just ended up kind of giving up on this one. I think in the future I might curl her hair, but that is not what happened in this video. And now I'm just taking out all of the curling rods from my Monster Fest doll, brushing them out, and then I'm going to apply some hairspray just because I think hairspray helps a lot when holding doll hair.
So I have these 2 ghouls done. Now this is Monster Fest. I decided on just curling her hair just because, not that it's easy, it's less decision making for me. And also I did try a braid with the elastics that I have because I was trying to do them in a purple color since I don't have clear, and it looked kind of goofy. So I've just done her curly hair. It's currently drying because I put a bunch of hairspray in it, but I think it looks really
good. This is one of my best curls I've ever done. The back doesn't look as great, but I think the front looks really good, so I'm really happy with that. Here, Iridescent Clawdeen is. Now, her hair isn't as straight as I would really want it to be, but it looks pretty good, especially because it's poly. I hate working with poly hair, so I'm just gonna leave her as it is. It's not too horrible, but definitely not much of an improvement from what it was. To be so honest, I'm literally in love with this girl's hair, and if the other two turn out like this, I'm gonna be so happy. If anybody's looking for hairspray suggestions for dolls, I love to use this one. It's a level 5. It does make the hair like crunchy or like crispy, as I like to call it. But for dolls, I think it's really perfect because obviously with dolls, you don't care if their hair is crunchy, it's just on how it looks. So I really love that hairspray for that. It makes the doll hair just really, not hard to say, but like it holds the curls really well. And so most of the time with my older dolls, the reason why I'm actually doing my basic Gen 3 Clawdeen again is because I used to use this old hairspray. I think it was a level 2, maybe a level 3, and honestly the curls would just fall out after a couple of days. And obviously I'm not doing this curly hair every couple days, considering it takes like 3 days to complete because of how long it takes to dry. So, I just love using this hairspray. It's not sponsored or affiliated or anything, but I just really love it, and like it just holds this hair so well. I know some people might not like this hair because I did brush out the curls, but I honestly think this is like a real curly queen, like what their hair would look like, and I love it so freaking much. So here I started working on basic Clawdeen. This doll, I know I said Monster Fest took me the longest, and technically when I was working on her, it did. But because I'd curled this doll's hair so many times in the past, because it would always fall out, because I was never using hairspray, this is like a major tip I have for people. I know I've said it 100 times in this video already, but hairspray is definitely the way to go to hold your doll's hair. But I was so afraid to use it a couple years ago, so this doll got curled so often, so I just had no ambition to do her, but I'm so happy that this video motivated me to get her done. And yeah, maybe it took a couple days, but honestly, I'm totally fine with that because I know her hair is gonna stay now. I'm not sponsored by that hairspray, but believe me, it is the best hairspray I have ever used for my dolls. Clawdeen, I have finished all of her curls going around. Now, as you can see, like right there are some little ends that aren't curled, but honestly, that doesn't bother me. So I'm gonna go boil wash her, and I'm gonna do that off camera because I think I'm gonna do it in a kettle and pour it down the sink because you see that little elastic band? I don't want that to snap when I'm boil washing her, so I think this is just safer, and I don't like the way my bathroom setup is right now for filming, so, I'm just gonna leave it out. Okay, so Clawdeen has just been boil washed, so I'm gonna wait overnight for it to dry, take it out, and I'm gonna hairspray it. I'm not gonna record that because I already did that for Monster Fest Clawdeen, because this is the exact same process. So next time you see her, she'll be done. But for now, let's get started on Scared Eyes Clawdeen, and I'm actually doing a different type of curl on this. I'm gonna do more of the wavy pattern instead of like the straight curls. I don't really know how to explain it, but hopefully I can get a good photo of it. I let this doll dry for a couple of days, and then I took out her straws, and honestly, even in this clip, you can just tell how awesome it looks. I love it so much. Okay, so this is how Clawdeen is looking. I've just taken all of the straws out, and my original plan was that I was going to leave her hair like this, but I'm realizing it just looks a little too puffy, and I just rather her and Monster Fest Clawdeen have the same hair just because I really like the way that it looks. So I'm gonna gently brush out this with like a super wide tooth comb. Well, not really super. I'll show you guys. This is the comb I use. I really wish I had one with bigger like sections that was wider, but I don't. So, I'm gonna use what I have. But yeah, this is how she looks right now. This is how I left my Monster Ball Laguna, and I think that's honestly really fitting for Laguna, but I think for Clawdeen, she just definitely needs the brushed out version of this. Now, I was super paranoid brushing this doll's hair out because it was so naughty because it was Polly, and I honestly think it kind of ruined it a little bit, but I also wasn't a fan of the tight curls, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what did you like better? Did you like the tight curls or how it ended up?
Okay, so this is Clawdeen all brushed out. Now I'm really loving the way that it looks. Now it is very puffy around here, but that's gonna happen, you know. We gave her a lot of volume. There's a lot of poof going on in the back here, which I'm not in love with because it actually is covering up this ear. But I'm not really sure if there's anything I'm gonna do about that because honestly, I love these curls. Like, I honestly think they're so fitting for G3 Clawdeen. Like, I don't know, the poofiness, I don't know, I feel like it just goes with like her digital design really well because I know her digital design has like that really big poof, and I think this is just so much more fitting than just the straight hair I had going with her. So this is it all curled. I'm gonna give it some hairspray and then we can move on to Scared Ice Island Clawdeen.
And as somebody that honestly doesn't love curling doll hair that much, this was the home stretch. I was so happy that I'd finally have all my G3 Clawdeen's hair curled. It was just a fantastic feeling. This doll also took quite a while because she had all these little short pieces since it was in the side pony, and those pieces did not want to curl, so I just ended up doing kind of a wavier curl just because it was just a lot easier for the small pieces and just more convenient altogether.
And there we have it. Scared Ice Island Clawdeen has been officially curled. Now this doll, it moved really fast just because of the side pony, like you don't have all this extra hair to curl. So curling dolls with side ponies moves really fast. I'm gonna go boil wash her just off camera again just because I don't really think it's that exciting and there's not much to watch for it and not much commentary I can give. So I'm gonna go boil wash her, but next time you see her, we'll be taking out the curling irons? Curling rods? I don't know, just the straws, I guess.
Now, I was super excited to undo the straws on this doll's hair, and so it was actually a little wet when I undid it, so the hairspray didn't hold as well as I wanted it to, but that's fully my fault. If you're going to use hairspray, make sure the hair is fully dry before using the hairspray, or else the hair feels like really weird.
And with that, our last ghoul is done. I gave her a bit of a looser curl just because her hair was shorter, so it was a lot harder to curl it. So I just did a slightly looser curl. I didn't brush it out. But now that everybody's all done, let's go get them dressed and do the before and afters.
And here is G1 Clawdeen's basic before and after. I think this one was a definite improvement. I think she looks a lot better. And here's Viridescent. I don't think she looks much different at all. She was just kind of an add-in to this video. I definitely should have curled it. And Scared Ice Island Clawdeen is a definite improvement as well. I think Clawdeen just looks so much better with curls, and I just think Mattel doesn't do it too well. But Monster Fest is definitely my favorite transition from this video. I think she got the biggest glow up. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys would like a hair curling tutorial. I would be totally down to do that. But if not, stay tuned for my doll unboxing videos. They'll be coming soon.